Hello, so I was recently asked about what the feature can snap means when you see that in the property browser. So to answer that, I've drawn two squares on the page, and we are going to make our green one snap and our red one not snap. So I'll find out what that means. First thing, I've opened my browser and I've gone into the property browser. So the property browser does not show anything for the properties of these two guys because right now I have not selected them. So these are the properties of the page. When I select that, the property browser changes to reflect the properties of the object I've selected. If I scroll down to the bottom, under restrictors, I see one that says can snap. By default, it says true. So if I select on either the blue one, or the green one or the red one, it says can snap true. If I change the red one to can snap false, it doesn't really look any different right now, but here's when it's going to act different. If I right click and go snap to grid, or in this case, maybe even just go turn on the grid designer, I'm going to make the grid visible and allow snap. I'm going to close that. And this is when it's different, is if I take my green one and let's say I align it so it kind of meets the upper left corner, it snaps to a different place. It looks like it's snapping to the bottom left corner. Whereas if I put the red one in the same place, actually let me put the red one first. And I put the green one exactly on top of it, because the green one can snap, it moves a little bit. It's snapping to a different place. So the green one is allowed to snap, the red one is not allowed. And if I go back to my grid designer and make my grid a little bit larger, that'll probably even be more apparent. So if I put my red one right there, so the top left corner is aligned, and I do my green one, and it moves a little bit. So the other thing, if I select this, and I go down here, the snap point, it says snap to bottom left. And that looks like what it's doing, because the bottom left here is kind of falling in that intersection of these lines, where this one is just not snapping at all, and I can place it where I want. So this one will not allow snap, this one does allow snap, and once I select it, I can say snap to where? So I can say snap to the top right maybe. And so now, instead of snapping down here, it's going to snap up here. There you go.